Good morning. I am Shannon Hayes. I am a youth advisor, and my pronouns are she, her. It is my pleasure to welcome you to worship with the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Nashville. This is our annual Youth Sunday service, the youth's gift to all of you. As Unitarian Universalists, our spiritual paths vary, but in this congregation, we have made a covenant together. We affirm our interdependence, celebrate our differences, and work for justice. We are a welcoming congregation, and we deepen our relationships as we serve our congregation's mission to create community, nurture spiritual growth, and act on our values in the broader world, guided by reason and compassion. I want to extend a special welcome to visitors worshiping with us this morning. If you are seeking a spiritual home, we hope that you may find it here. If you have questions about our congregation, please contact the Reverend Denise Gouch. You can find her email address in the staff directory under Contact Us on our website. If you are joining us for the live broadcast of this service on Zoom, won't you please say hello in the chat? We love knowing you are here. No matter what platform you're using to join us, you can find helpful resources such as information about ways to give and the link for the social hour following the service in the worship portal on our website, firstuunash.org. We are so glad you are joining us for worship.
Good morning. My name is Jay Tiefenbrunn. My pronouns are she, her, and I am very pleased to serve as your Director of Music Ministries. And it was a delight to work with the youth on creating this worship service this morning. Our opening song is by Joyce Poley, and it is When Our Heart is in a Holy Place. Even though we cannot all sing together, I hope that you will sing along with the recording.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place. holy place. We are blessed with love and amazing grace when our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place.
Hi, sorry for the delay. I'm Rue Plummer, and unfortunately, the power in our block went out. So we are calling to you from a phone. So I'm Rue Plummer again. I'm a member of our youth group, and my pronouns are he, they. Our call to worship is by Rupi Kaur. Love will come, and when love comes, love will hold you. Love will call your name, and you will melt. Sometimes, though, love will hurt you, but love will never mean to. Love will play no games, because love knows life has been hard enough already. Come and let us worship.
I'm Dara Gouch-Lewis, Junior Co-Chair of the Youth Action Committee, and my pronouns are she, her. This morning's chalice lighting, Sacred Unknowing, comes from Amy Carroll Webb. We light this flame for the art of sacred unknowing. Humbled by all that we cannot fathom in this time, we come into the presence of what we do know, perhaps the only thing we can ever know. That love is now and forever, the only answer to everything and everyone in every moment.
Hi, I'm River Plummer, and I'm the Senior Co-Chair of the Youth Action Committee. And once again, we're calling in from the same device, and I'm very sorry that you can't see our lovely faces this morning. Our reading for today is Open Our Hearts with Love by Naomi King. When the world's violence shatters the joy of a moment, we pause and reach out for the hands that remain.
We open our hearts with love.
When despair rises as a monster from the deep and drags down one of our own, our answer is that
we open our hearts with love.
When hatred and anger rage in fire and suffering, we bend to pick up the wounded, to bind up ourselves, and
we open our hearts with love.
When fear whispers, build more gates, add more locks, the blessed are those who defend themselves. We rock those fears to sleep and let them rest as
we open our hearts with love.
People will do unspeakably cruel and horrible things. We know this fact. We live and die this daily, all around the world, in every community and every wasteland. But we know the answer is found only with one action, and so
we open our hearts with love.
Hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone can be healed. This is the truth we affirm. We live with courage and with a wider and wider circle of that force that bends our lives to ones of mercy, justice, and compassion.
We open our hearts with love.
It's the truth. Just by being born, you are loved. There is something within you and every person that can be loved.
We open our hearts with love.
In love, we pray for those families, those individuals, all the persons here and everywhere who are desperately sure that there is not enough love in the world for them to have some, who are desperately sure that they do not matter. In love with life, in love with the beloved, we turn to answer that desperation with assurance. You are loved, you are lovable, we will and do love you. now, akin to your life's work, to love. It's the only legacy that matters. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning. I'm Liz Lyserson. I'm a youth advisor, and my pronouns are she, her. In this season of virtual offering bowls, we are especially grateful for the steady generosity which allows us, both within and beyond the congregation, to continue creating community, nurturing spiritual growth, and acting on our values. You may know that we share every Sunday's collection with an organization whose work outside our walls aligns with our values. Our Share the Plate for the month of February will help fund our congregation's annual participation in the Habitat for Humanity Interfaith Build. The worship portal on our website, firstuunash.org, contains more information about Habitat, as well as a link to our online donation form. In this new year, as always, your gift, like your presence among us, is received with gratitude.
I am Reverend Holly Miller, a youth advisor, and my pronouns are she and hers. As we enter into the spirit of prayer this morning, I invite you to become present to the love which has sustained you, the people in your life, the hobbies and vocations that give you purpose, the love of self that carries you. Spirit of life, let us give thanks for the love that carries us through. Not the loud moments, the love of movies or grand gestures, but the quiet moments. The dinner your loved one puts on the table, sharing an evening walk with your dog, spending a Saturday morning cozy with a book or muddy in the garden. Let us see these daily acts of love, love for our community, love for ourselves, love for this world. Let us see these for the miracles they are, the moments that feed our spirits, the people who bring light to our days. Let us have gratitude for this love that brings joy in the mundane and strength in heartache and crisis, purpose to the arc of our days. May we see, may we give, may we embody this love. May it be so, and amen.
Hi, I'm Gwen Johnson. I'm a member of the youth group, and my pronouns are she, hers. These stories are brought to you by some of my friends. Story number 1, Loved Ones. It's mug cake time. Zion the Siamese cat is played by Siamese, and Peyton the dog is played by Wolfie. One day, 2 friends were texting each other. Hey yo, what's poppin'? I'm making a mug cake. Well, what's that? It's a little cake that you make in a mug in the microwave. Ooh, that sounds really good. What flavor are you making? Lava cake. You put a piece of chocolate in the center to be the lava. OMG, I love lava cakes. The cake and liquid contrast is so good. I know, right? I put a little bit of vanilla ice cream on top to tie it all together. That sounds amazing. I'll make one too now. Cheers. Cheers.
Hi, we're having technical difficulties. Sorry, but we are back online. And if you'll, I know. So I'm going to read my reflection, but I cannot hear anyone right now. I'm very sorry. It's River again. And so today, as you might have figured out, we're talking about the love that sustains us. Specifically, I'm talking about the love for other people that we all hold in our hearts. In my opinion, this love is one of the most important things that humans can feel. We need love. We need to love and to be loved, and frequently goes to the same thing. Of course, love of others comes in many forms. It's not just romantic love, but it's the love of friends, of strangers, of parents, of family, of pets and people you've never met. Love of others is just that, love of others, of beings outside yourself. They're all equally important. And we all show this love in a myriad of different ways. Sometimes we give gifts, tokens of our affection. Sometimes we say sweet words or write poetry. Sometimes we do things for others. We help them with their laundry or do their dishes. I want to emphasize that all these loves are equal. I love many others. I love my partner. I love my friends and my brothers, my parents, my dogs. I love them all differently, and yet I love them all the same because I love them and they love me. As the prelude showed, the ancient Greeks had many words for love. Philantia, which is self-love. Storge, which is familial love. Agape, which is universal love. Philia, friendly love. And pragma, committed love. But English just says love. We don't distinguish them in a semantic or linguistic sense. We have to attach modifiers to make it clear that we're talking about one versus the other. And I prefer it that way. I think having to separate them in a linguistic manner separates the ideas and makes them seem unequal, but they're equal. We can just love. Because, love is, to me at least, it's food for the heart, for the soul, in the way that reading a good book is food for the mind, or eating spaghetti or tamales or gumbo is food for the body. We're sustained by the love we give and the love we receive. To love truly is to be loved in return. It's an interconnectedness, a bond, an emotional connection that you make with someone or something else. It ties us together. All forms of this external love are important, and all forms of our external love sustain us.
Story number 2, hobbies. Legos weren't built in a day, or was it Rome? Riley, the cat from Neko Atsume, is played by Gabriel. Riley had spent all morning hard at work, so they decided to take a break. They turned to their favorite hobby, Lego building. Piece by piece, block by block, they saw their creation come to fruition. They had picked out a Lego Harry Potter set. The scene was from the second book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It showed Dobby confronting Lucius Malfoy with the help of Harry Potter. With great satisfaction, Riley sent Malfoy flying away, just as Dobby had.
It is obvious that love is a vital foundation for the relationships we are a part of, but it's important to remember that this includes the relationship we have with ourselves. It's important to make space for ourselves and recognize that each of us is enough as we are now. Love isn't just a way of expressing our feelings. It isn't just an action we take. It is a choice we make, a way of being. And it's hard to wholly be there for one another if we do not first remember to be there for ourselves. It is important to remember to take time to breathe in and out, to remember to appreciate the little things, however insignificant they may be, to remember to stay present. Self-love isn't bubble baths and face masks, although those can certainly be involved. It's harder and messier. It's facing yourself head on. Self-love isn't always pretty. Sometimes it requires that you look at yourself more closely than you feel comfortable with. It isn't about loving yourself despite your flaws. It's about loving yourself, including them. Self-love, or any type of love for that matter, is challenging. It means allowing yourself grace and accepting that uncertainty or anxiety or any number of other not so great things are unavoidable. while working as hard as you are capable to take care of yourself. At times, it can be hard not to sacrifice your own well-being in our world. Self-love is setting healthy boundaries and remembering to follow through on them. In general, self-love is the same as all love. It takes courage and perseverance and understanding and strength. There's no switch you can flip to love yourself. It is a process and it looks different for all of us. I can't tell you how to go about loving yourself because we all love differently and we are all faced with different circumstances and situations. Love may largely be a shared experience, but it is also an individually unique experience. It is up to you to decide how to love. Sometimes self-love means allowing yourself grace and taking a step back to process and regain your ground. But other times, it is forcing yourself to take a step forward. Self-love isn't an excuse from taking responsibility for yourself. It is a way of taking responsibility for yourself. Self-love is about recognizing your flaws and taking responsibility for the fact that you have flaws. We all do. We are all human, and shaming ourselves for that has no beneficial impact. We are allowed to grow and change. We are not responsible for who other people want us to be. We are, however, responsible for the people we are and the actions we take and the ways in which we interact with this world. Part of self-love is recognizing this. That being said, love is different from judgment. It is a way of expressing support and encouraging growth. There is no expectation that you love every aspect of yourself at all times. Far from that, in fact. No one is perfect. No one fails to have numerous ways through which they can grow. Love yourself nonetheless. Find something or any number of somethings, be it creating, perhaps through constructing elaborate Lego structures, or exercising, or meditating, or walking through nature, or whatever else that is meaningful to you, and cultivate that practice. It can be small or big, just find something. What gives you light in this world? What love sustains you? Whatever your answer is, whether it includes your family or friends, interests or hobbies, or simply yourself, take the time to appreciate it and hopefully grow. The process. Maybe through learning to love ourselves, we can learn to love
Story number 3, self-love. You've shown me I have reasons I should love myself. Answer, Love Myself by BTS. Dakota the Sloth is played by Toei. Hi, I'm Dakota. Some days I feel like pampering myself, and today is one of those days. I like to start off with a nice, warm cup of tea. I drink this while snuggling in a cozy blanket and reading a book on my couch. I like how comfortable this makes me feel, but after a while, I feel like getting active. So I pick my favorite workout and hype myself up with some energetic music. I do some yoga when I'm done to make sure all my muscles are stretched and taken care of. I get pretty sweaty when I work out, so I use a face mask. It's a great way to detox my skin and fur. After all these great activities, I feel bold and confident. Today, I feel like picking a nail color that reflects that, bright red. This pop of color can really spice up my look. Like many people, I enjoy watching TV. I turn on my favorite show, Paw Patrol. I appreciate the pups' teamwork and unity. Once I get hungry, I cook myself a delicious dinner. This time, I decided to make food from Ethiopia. At the end of the day, when I tuck myself into bed, I feel all the love for myself radiating throughout my whole being. I know that no one could fail to notice that my loving is a miracle.
Thank you so much for those beautiful stories. Our closing song is a favorite among our UU youth and has been sung in spiritual gatherings, women's circles, people circles, healing circles, and in prisons and protests all around the world. As such, you might know it a little bit differently than the person next to you, and that's okay. I learned it a little differently than we sing it from our hymnal. If you know this song by heart, How Could Anyone by Libby Roderick, I invite you in the upper right-hand corner of your screen to click and select Gallery View so that you can sing this for yourself and be transformed, and also sing it to our friends who are gathered with us. I invite you to join in the singing.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle, and how deeply you're connected to my soul? How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle, and how deeply you're connected to my soul?
I'm Marguerite Mills, your Director of Lifespan Religious Education, and my pronouns are she, her. The youth have taught me something new. They've taught me how they do their chalice lighting and extinguishing. Our extinguishing, which is the one we always use by Elizabeth Sell Jones, and this involves random objects to represent a chalice. And this is what the youth gleefully call cacophony. We extinguish this flame,
but
not
the
the
light
light
of
of truth,
truth,
the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts till we are together again.
Hi, I'm with my mom for the benediction. She's Bethany Riddle Johnson, and she's a member of this congregation. Her pronouns are she, her. We do this meditation together every night, and we would like to share it with you today.
Did you know that your body is made from the same stuff as stars?
Imagine that it's late at night. You are looking at the sky. You can see all the stars shine bright.
There's a feeling inside of you like, wow, the universe is massive and beautiful.
Feel the bigness of this sky.
Imagine that your body is filled with this space.
Let this space hold all the different parts of you, the parts that you like and show to the world,
and the parts you don't like as much and sometimes hide.
Now repeat these words.
I am a star body.
I am a star body.
I shine brightly wherever I am.
I shine brightly wherever I am.
I shine wherever I go.
I shine wherever I go. How do you want to shine today? This service is over. Let our service continue renewed.